Part 1. The War Begins. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a peaceful village named Green Valley. The people of Green Valley were kind and hard-working. They loved their land and lived in harmony with nature. The village had beautiful green fields, tall trees, and a clear river. Children played happily, and everyone knew each other. One day, dark clouds appeared in the sky, and with them came the sound of drums. The people of Green Valley had never heard such sounds before. They looked up and saw soldiers marching towards their village. These soldiers were from the neighboring land, Red Kingdom. The king of Red Kingdom was a greedy man. He wanted to take Green Valley's land and make it his own. The leader of Green Valley was an old man named Peter. Peter was wise and brave. He gathered the villagers and said, "We must protect our home. We have lived in peace for many years, but now we must fight for our land." The villagers were scared, but they trusted Peter. They decided to defend their village. The men and women of Green Valley prepared for battle. They made weapons from wood and stone. They set traps around the village. Even the children helped by gathering food and water. As the soldiers from Red Kingdom came closer, the villagers stood together. Peter spoke to them. "Remember, we are fighting for our home, for our families. We must be brave." The first battle was fierce. The soldiers of Red Kingdom were strong and well-trained. But the villagers of Green Valley fought with all their might. They used their knowledge of the land to their advantage. They hid in the trees and attacked from the shadows. They used the river to surprise the enemy. The battle lasted all day and night. The villagers were tired, but they did not give up. They knew that if they lost, their home would be destroyed. Peter led them with courage and wisdom. He fought alongside his people, showing them that they were not alone. In the end, the villagers managed to push the soldiers back. The Red Kingdom soldiers retreated, but they promised to return. Green Valley was safe for now, but everyone knew that this was just the beginning. After the battle, the villagers gathered to take care of the wounded. They mourned for those who had lost their lives. Peter spoke to them again. "We have won this battle, but the war is not over. We must stay strong and united. Our love for our home will keep us going." The villagers of Green Valley continued to prepare for the next attack. They built stronger defenses and trained harder. They knew that the soldiers of Red Kingdom would come back, and they had to be ready. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The villagers became skilled fighters. They learned to work together and trust each other. Their bond grew stronger, and their resolve became unbreakable. One night, a young boy named Sam had a dream. In his dream, he saw a way to end the war. He saw a path through the mountains that led to the heart of the Red Kingdom. Sam woke up and told Peter about his dream. Peter listened carefully and said, "This might be the answer we are looking for." Peter gathered the villagers and shared Sam's dream. "We must be brave and take the fight to the Red Kingdom," he said. "If we can reach their king and make him understand the value of peace, we might be able to end this war." The villagers agreed. They knew it was a dangerous plan, but they were ready to do whatever it took to save their home. They prepared for the journey, gathering supplies and making plans. As the sun rose, the villagers of Green Valley set out on their mission. They walked through forests and crossed rivers. They climbed mountains and faced many challenges. But their determination never wavered. Part 1 of the story ends here, with the villagers on their way to the Red Kingdom. They knew the road ahead was difficult, but they believed in their cause. They hoped that their journey would bring peace to their land and end the war once and for all. To be continued in part to the closing parenthesis. Part 2. The Path to Peace. The journey to the Red Kingdom was long and arduous. The villagers of Green Valley faced many dangers along the way. They traveled through dense forests where wild animals roamed. They crossed wide rivers where strong currents threatened to sweep them away. They climbed high mountains where the air was thin and cold, but they never gave up. Peter, the wise and brave leader, guided them with his experience and knowledge. Sam, the young boy who had the dream, inspired them with his hope and courage. The villagers worked together, helping each other overcome every obstacle. Their bond grew even stronger as they shared their fears and dreams. One evening, as they camped by a river, an old woman approached them. She was a traveler who knew many things about the lands they were passing through. She told them, "You are brave to journey to the Red Kingdom. The king there is feared by many, but he is also a man with a heart. If you can reach him and speak to him, you might be able to change his mind." Peter thanked the old woman and asked her to join them. She agreed and became a valuable member of their group. Her name was Martha, and she knew secret paths and hidden places. With her help, the villagers moved faster and more safely. As they got closer to the Red Kingdom, they noticed a change in the landscape. The fields were no longer green and lush. The trees were no longer tall and strong. The land seemed tired and sad. Martha explained, "The king's greed has brought much suffering to his own people. He takes from the land without giving back. He rules with fear, not love." This made the villagers even more determined to reach the king. They wanted to show him a better way, a way of peace and harmony. They wanted to save not only their own village, but also the people of the Red Kingdom. One night, as they camped near the border of the Red Kingdom, Peter gathered the villagers and said, "Tomorrow, we will enter the enemy's land. We must be careful and stay together. We must remember why we are here. We are not here to fight, but to bring peace." The next morning, they crossed the border. The soldiers of the Red Kingdom were everywhere, but the villagers moved quietly and avoided detection. They traveled by night and rested by day. They followed Martha's guidance and used their knowledge of the land to stay hidden. After many days of travel, they finally reached the capital city of the Red Kingdom. It was a grand city with tall walls and strong gates. The villagers knew they could not enter the city by force. They needed a plan. Sam, the young boy with the dream, came up with an idea. He said, "We should disguise ourselves as traders. We can bring gifts and ask for an audience with the king. Once we are inside, we can speak to him about peace." Peter and the others agreed. They gathered items from their journey, beautiful stones, rare herbs, and handmade crafts. They dressed as traders and approached the city gates. The guards stopped them and asked about their purpose. Peter, speaking as the leader of the group, said, "We come from a faraway land. We bring gifts for the king and seek his favor." The guards inspected their goods and, finding nothing suspicious, allowed them to enter the city. The villagers walked through the bustling streets, marveling at the sights and sounds. They saw both the wealth and the poverty of the city. They saw people who were happy and people who were sad. They saw the results of the king's rule. Finally, they reached the king's palace. It was a magnificent building with high towers and golden gates. The villagers were nervous but determined. They were brought before the king, a man with a stern face and sharp eyes. Peter stepped forward and bowed. He said, "Your Majesty, we bring you gifts from our land. We seek your favor and wish to speak with you." The king looked at them with curiosity. He saw their humble clothes and simple gifts. He said, "You have traveled far to see me. What is it that you want to say?" Peter took a deep breath and began to speak. He told the king about Green Valley, about its beauty and peace. He told him about the attack and the villagers' determination to protect their home. He spoke of their journey and their hope for peace. The king listened, but remained silent. Then Sam stepped forward. The young boy spoke from his heart. He said, "Your Majesty, we do not wish for war. We want to live in peace. Our lands can be friends. We can share and help each other. Please listen to our plea." The king was moved by Sam's words. He saw the sincerity in the boy's eyes. He saw the determination in Peter's face. He saw the hope in the eyes of all the villagers. He realized that his greed had caused much pain, not only to his enemies, but also to his own people. The king stood up and said, "I have ruled with fear for too long. I see now that there is a better way. I will stop the war and seek peace with Green Valley. Together, we can build a better future." The villagers were overjoyed. They had achieved what they had set out to do. They had brought peace to their land and to the Red Kingdom. The king invited them to stay in the palace and rest. He promised to visit Green Valley and make amends. As the villagers returned home, they were welcomed as heroes. The people of Green Valley celebrated their bravery and determination. They knew that their home was safe and that a new era of peace had begun. Peter, Sam, and the others continued to work for the good of their village and their neighbors. They shared their knowledge and resources, helping to rebuild and strengthen their lands. The bond between Green Valley and the Red Kingdom grew strong, and the two lands flourished together. The story of their journey and their victory became a legend, told for generations. It was a story of courage, hope, and the power of peace. It reminded everyone that even in the darkest times, there is always a way to find light and harmony. And so, the villagers of Green Valley lived happily, knowing that they had made a difference. They had shown that even ordinary people could achieve extraordinary things when they stood together for what was right.